Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing a cozy birthday card featuring a teacup filled with flowers. I love how soft and dimensional this card turned out. And it was actually very simple to make. So let's get started. These are the products I will be using for today's card. These dies are from the newest release by Poppy Stamps. This Nordic cup along with the flowers will be the main focus of my card today. For my background, I will be using one of the pattern paper from Nutmeg Plaid 6x6 pattern pack from Memory Box. I already cut this piece to size. I die cut one of the large fringed heart frame with a white pearl cardstock. Now for the Nordic cup, I used several different cardstock colors to cut out these pieces. I wanted the cup to be very colorful and fun. Now let's get to the assembly. I cut out the back of the cup pieces twice, once with the pink cardstock and once with the glitter cardstock, as I wanted the glitter just to show behind this blue piece. So I'm cutting the excess off. Now I'm using this liquid glue to add all the layers together to create the beautiful cup. Then the blue piece goes on top of the glitter. I cut out the handle with pink cardstock twice because I wanted the handle to be a little more sturdier. Then this red piece goes on top. Now let's create the flowers. I'll be using the Nordic Luminelle flower die to create the flowers. This die has several layers, so you can cut with different color cardstocks to create a beautiful layered flower. Now I'm going to assemble these flowers. I'm adding the second layer of the flowers to the first larger layer using foam tape, as I wanted a little bit of a dimension on it. For the top layer, I'll just use the glue. I could have used a different color cardstock to cut this out, but I just used red. These leaves are one of my favorites so far. I used light green cardstock for the top layer and the dark green for the bottom layer. So my plan for this card is to have these flowers coming out of the cup. And I can just use the leaves around it. Now I need a sentiment for this card. So for the sentiment, I'm using this Happy Birthday Tender Script die. You get two dies with this set. One is a shadow die and one is the Happy Birthday. I'll be using this pink for the shadow die and the red for the letters. I think the red on the pink sentiment will really pop on this card. I love the font of this Happy Birthday so much. This cuts out the Happy Birthday in two pieces. I love how On most of the poppy stamps word dies, the dots of the eye is connected. Otherwise, I usually tend to lose them. Now I'm using my favorite liquid glue to adhere the words onto the shadow layer. You don't need a lot of glue, just a little dots here and there is enough. Now that my sentiment is ready, let's go ahead and assemble the card. Here I have a white card base, which is A2 size. Now I'm going to add the background layer first using a liquid glue. Now I'm going to add the heart using a liquid glue. Then I will be adding the cup. I will be using foam tape to add this cup to my card. This will create a little bit of a dimension. Now I'm adding the flowers with the foam tape also. Then I'll just add the leaves using liquid glue all around the flowers. These leaves are my favorite so far. Once I'm done with the leaves, I'm adding the steam coming out of the cup from behind the flowers. Finally, I'm adding the sentiment towards the bottom of the card using some foam tape for dimension. There you go, my card is ready now. If you enjoyed this card and video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss my future card making videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.